Hi guys, welcome to another episode on Let's Talk About Tomorrow. And on this episode, we will be discussing about relationships and work life, how to balance the two. And as usual, I'm your host, Fineboy David, and I won't be doing this alone. To my left is Donny.
Yeah,
it's nice to have you on the show.
Yeah,
why did you as you say you don't take something this afternoon? You go ask normal now. Oh yeah, now. To my right, Dimeji Dime, aka Dime Dimeji. It's nice to have you on the show. And Sister Didi Delight. It's nice to have you on the show. I have a younger sister, I call her Didi. Her name is Dorcas by the way. Didi. Now, we all know that very soon, at least nobody's married there now. We all know that very soon we are all going to be married, and we are going to have to balance our work life with our relationship life. You know, somebody has to take care of the kids. If both parents are working, who's going to give the kids moral support? Who's going to teach the kid this is wrong and this is right? If everybody wants to do this, everybody wants to make sure they make it in life, even in the marriage. Husband is hustling for himself, wife is hustling for herself. How exactly are we going to balance all this? Donny, you take the first take.
Yeah, man, honestly, I just feel firstly, that should be a very, very deep conversation most couples should have. So, okay, fine. If you're the one taking from so house, how do we take care of the children? Okay, this is how much is coming in. How do we cover these tracts? How do we make sure we teach our children morals? How do we make sure we are available and watch them? How do we make sure they stay open to us? Then how do we also make sure we gather the bands to take care of them, right? So it's actually, it goes a very long way. So after the deep conversations you have with your wife, then you guys will look at how you look at the implementation stage whereby you actually work towards it. That's what I just feel. And for me, for someone like me, I'm a very remote person. I'm not trying to go 9 to 5 or anything. I'm a remote person. So please, if I'm the one most times in the house taking care of the kids, don't think I'm not doing anything with my life. Don't worry. I'm just remote. That's all. I'm working from home and doing everything. So my wife might be doing the same thing. She might not be. She might even be the one doing the 9 to 5. I don't know. But there'll be balance and the love will be there. The money will be there.
Amen. The love and the money will be there.
That's the whole
Delight. What was your first take on that? How do you think it's going to be possible to balance the two?
There is nothing that is not possible. There is no impossibilities. So
you sound like Sister Mary, they go church.
I'm telling you,
when it comes to marriage and career lifestyle, personally I work and so I have a remote job, like I do remote jobs too, and when how am I going to put this? You don't have to be always present to be able to teach your children morals. When it's about the early stages of their life, like their the infant stage, okay, fine, you can be there, try everything you can be there for them. But at the point when work starts taking up, like we have to leave, man, and we also have to leave off something. So when work starts taking up, maybe you are a nanny or something. And one thing about humans that we all need is assurance. When we give ourselves assurance and at least make like 2 times or 3 times a week to be like this family time, even if it's just nights, family nights, family, like now personally, I have a family of my own. Let me just put it that way. Not like I'm married, I'm not married. And let me just say I have a family of my own. I'll just imagine now. And I can say, okay, every Wednesdays, family nights, maybe movie nights. Then during the weekend, we go to the park, have fun time or something. Teach your children 1 or 2 things you can. And if your husband has this, if the man himself have this kind of traveling job that you have to go overseas, do this, blah blah blah, you can't say because of family you hold him down. No. What if he's taking like most responsibilities in the house? What is it that you have to do? Except if you are ready to cover like half of what is covering, but otherwise you have to like let him do whatever it is that he wants to do because of the resources. The family has to go on. But everything, our marriage and relationships, even careers, everything, there is only one thing we humans need, which is assurance.
One thing I really pick is the word assurance. Assurance. Makes sense.
You know, yeah, I went the video talk from that time.
I never find love that time.
So, Dime, what's your take on this?
I don't know for now, but
I
don't feel like my wife was 9 to 5. I know fit.
He actually has a point. Most men doesn't want their wives to work, and most wives, when their husband say that, okay, I don't want you to go outside and work, they'll be like, okay, maybe you start a business up for me, then after school the children can meet me up at work, at shop or the store or wherever it is business that you open.
I feel like you need to respect your wife's decision. Even she might be doing 9 to 5 doesn't mean she's really like what do I say? Doesn't mean she's stressing, because sometimes the whole point of why some people don't like 9 to 5 is the whole stress behind it. Like you keep going on a loop from Monday to Sunday, you keep going. You know? So if she likes it, if it's her interest, you have to respect it. That's what I feel.
Well, if you guide, isn't it?
If I guide and she still loves what she does, she's studying mass comm now. And she loves being a journalist. If she loves her work, she still has to go for it. So even if I guide, it doesn't mean I will now stop her from it.
You know, I have a question. A question. In that state of her loving her job and loving her children, who should come first?
I'm at home, don't forget.
They are not at home, Donny. Who should come first?
Who should come
we
first?
don't want to make you the house.
Oh.
Your wife. I'm asking now.
No,
to your wife.
Who
should come? To your wife. To your wife. Who should come first?
Always come first.
Family comes first, Abia.
Yes.
That's why you work.
Family comes first. That is the main point of working.
Yes, but obviously, like I said, there'll be a system in place, understanding. Okay, if this and this is happening, what will happen to the children? That's the deep talk we're having in the first stage. So we would have covered that track.
You sound like a person who do full time table.
Okay.
Almost see people that know me know, like, see, if there's what they call planning. Obviously, there are some things we can't plan because we don't see everything. But the ones around us that we can see, I love planning things to the max.
When you're going to like taking care of children and having a busy life as a couple, if you get married, maybe if you don't have any kids before marriage, but if you have stopped doing that, so if you have maybe when you get married, you guys have to sit and talk and plan about your life before you start having kids.
I feel like where 9 to 5 is acceptable is if the family is not settled. Because you can't tell me you have $1 million in your account and your wife will be going in.
Let me point out something there for you. I was even going to talk about that. I was getting there, but when you're talking about you don't want your wife to work 9 to 5, no matter how guarded you are, the word is not guide, it's guard. No matter how guarded you are, my dear, if your wife loves what she does, you can't stop her from doing what she does. There is no, like, we can't predict the future. We can't predict the future. No matter how in love and involved you guys are at the moment, we can't say, okay, in the next like 2 years, what is going to happen? You guys might have a quarrel and the wife might say that, okay, I want to be on my own. She won't say, okay, now, most wives, the reason why most women are in abusive marriage right now is because they don't know where to start from because their husbands have stopped them from working.
Yes.
So me personally as a woman, I won't say my husband can never stop me from working. Could possibly like that.
So wait. I just thought of something. In the scenario where both parents are working, and let's say they are both working in corporate organizations, that they work 9 to 5s, and best believe it's actually not 9 to 5 that time far. It's actually, let's say, 9 to 4. They work 9 to 4.
Sorry, you mean 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. What job is that? You guys should give me
let's say 9 to 4. And they get to a stage where these children are no more infants. These children are going to school. So if they drop off the kids at school, no one will be at home till 4. Isn't it a conducive environment for all people to be working and going to school at the same time? Do you understand? Like, imagine you have kids now. Your kids are, 7. They're already going to school. So if you are working and your wife is staying at home, she should be only her at home. So she can work with the time that she can do a corporate job with the time that she's staying at home now.
Exactly, and there's what they used to call extra lessons for children.
Yes.
Maybe if the wife can't make it in time.
Yes.
And if the wife can't make it in time too, or maybe they work from 7 a.m. to let's say 10 p.m. whatsoever the time might be. There is also what they call nanny, and you can't just
do you know,
pardon me, let me finish, let me die if you bury me. So and there's what they call nanny, right? So I've said all of that, and every marriage is not about children. Most couples before getting married, they've settled that okay, after getting married, I want to have kids under 3 years. Let's use this. Let me just work a little bit more, gather something up, start up a family business, and we can work on that, and I'll have enough time for my family. So you don't just jump into marriage to start bearing offspring. Things doesn't work that way. The world is more civilized, very, very much more civilized. There is no time that you won't have children. Okay, now just imagine what if your wife is a barren or your husband is impotent and you guys are both busy.
Why are you pointing out?
I don't get
See, the bottom of it is that there is balance, but you have to create the balance one way or another. But the problem I have in nanny is that now this child is not getting more of her parents. This child is getting more of her nanny. And to build a proper relationship with a teenager now, you have to be present.
That is why I said all you need is assurance.
Nah, fuck.
I didn't have to explain the assurance there.
Explain what I mean by assurance. Let me also forget what transparency. Assurance and transparency. Now, even before getting married, and I'm in a relationship, I have a boyfriend, this, that. And this guy, this guy is always busy at work and always talking about work, and barely have time to talk, chat, gist, or you barely have time to see.
Well, that sounds like me.
To keep the relationship going, the least you could do.
Sorry, don't mind.
To keep the relationship going, the least you could do is okay, you'll be busy from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Let's just put it that way. When you wake up in the morning, there's what they call early morning text. Maybe you guys are not together.
Before you start
messages in the morning. Then maybe when you're at work, you have a minute or two. Text again. I'm sorry for the ignorance, and that is those little things. There are some little things that are not so little that matters a lot, that keeps relationship and
some of these things
going.
You're supposed to even know these things before getting married. That's
exactly.
Dating.
And if you can cope with the old time stuff like that, and if you are the kind of woman that needs a lot of attention, you have to just be, you have no option, you have to just be, as long as you really, really love this dude you are talking about, this Mr. Man, you have to be very, very So let's talk about transparency. What I mean by transparency is okay, hey babe, I will be busy, I'll be going out.
Seriously,
I'm being serious. There's a difference between transparency and
honesty.
Most people prefer transparency to honesty. Hello, I'll be going to dinner tonight with some colleagues at work. This person will be there, this person will be there, this person will be there. That is what they call transparency. Not you'll be okay, you won't even call or text at all. You just left and went to the place, and the girl called you and you are like, oh sorry, I'm at work. Sorry, I'm at we are having dinner. With who? With this person. And who? She would have to be asking the questions, but you are saying the truth. That is honesty. Transparency is when you are just open, like an open book. Like me personally, I don't know about anybody else. Let me speak for myself. I'm like a mirror. I reflect. The way you treat me is the way I treat you. When you give me little respect, the little respect that you think that maybe they don't really matter.
Well, your experience too.
The major is sitting on the wrong seat. Any expression that the major said, guy.
Respect that is needed. Everybody needs respect. Me personally, I will not put myself in a position where you have to disrespect me, so you have no reason to disrespect me. So every little things matters when it comes to relationship. And before getting married, you guys will already have a plan that, okay, now I want to get married. Okay, as a man, will you marry me? Okay, yes. After the engagement and stuff, okay, let's sit and talk. After marriage, what is your plan? You guys, if you're in a relationship, forget about like this, that. What I've been saying is I've been speaking about only the men, only the guy's effort. Let me speak about the woman's effort now. Forget about this question that you guys used to say that, what do you bring to the table? My dear, there is no fucking table. I'm sorry about my language, but there is no table anywhere. Like there is no table anywhere. I have to deal with your mental health, your job, your inattentiveness. I have to like give you children, give you whatever it is that you want. Like I have to be, sometimes I have to be like your personal.
Okay, wait. Let me say something. Let me say something now. For one, I want to say a lot of things to piss you off. One, the idea of wanting attention too much is joblessness.
Yes.
Two, what do you bring to the table? It's one of the very foolish questions I actually ask. It's one of the questions I used to hear. The reason why I ask that question, what do you bring to the table, is because a well-established person would know what she brings to the table.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to bring money to the table. Most times I'm not asking you to bring Lamborghini to the table.
Yo.
I'm asking you to bring peace of mind. Exactly. I'm asking you for peace of mind. You know the relationships you enter and in 2 weeks you feel wrong.
Okay.
If you lose your mind, like I say, if you lose your mind.
Men, personally these days like to be with women with high intellectuals.
You like older women.
Yes.
No, that's not what she said. I know. That's what she said.
That's what he likes.
Normally, the more old you are, the more experience.
No, you are getting that wrong.
Some.
Yeah, you are getting that wrong. Maturity is never by age. You can be full.
No. Wait.
Food is also good.
I know. You get the more experience.
Maturity is not an experience. No, maturity is not an experience. Experience and maturity are two different things.
Never in your experience. You can experience a lot of shit like language. You can experience a lot of things and you still not be wise. You keep making the same mistake over and over again.
If I'm saying
there is this parable,
I'm saying it based on say you guys get a bath for it.
There is this parable that says once bitten, twice shy. When you're foolish, you're foolish. When you make mistake once, you'll say it's a mistake, but when you do it twice again, the second time, it's actually called foolishness. But then when you're foolish, you can never be wise. Fool will also grow old. You can be 60 years old and still be foolish.
Come on, you're attacking us. Come down now.
I've seen men, like I saw, there is this couple I used to know. They are like actually my ex-boss.
Right on.
So he and his wife they are having an argument because the man is actually broke. The man was broke at a point, so this car gave the wife to start up a business. Then at a point,
I'm pretty sure she talked me to that. But go on.
No, she didn't. The man was like he has to invest in his wife. Just in case.
Invest that time. You already messed up. He didn't invest that time.
It was actually this young Pablo. You know those small children, when they start having money, their body will go come down. My shoulder is on this guy. So when he got broke, he sold this car, gave his wife to start up a business. So this woman started doing this business and it was growing big. Then the man also started like recovering gradually and having some funds. Then all of a sudden again the man went broke. So it was not like, okay, my dear, you restock the house this time around. And the wife was not saying that, no, your money is our money, my money is my money. Let me finish. So the man was not like, no. When I got married to you, you don't have phone. When I got married to you, you don't have clothes. When I got married to you, you don't have this. Whatever you have, I give it to you. That is foolishness.
Eh?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, no.
There is something that they used to call respect too. When you want to shout at your wife, like embarrass her, you guys should get to your house and start doing whatever it is that you want
to do the same thing too, she should.
Exactly. She did it at home. Nobody heard. When you want to talk to your wife,
when you want to speak
to your wife, you speak to her privately, not to embarrass her publicly. Not like you are calling everybody, all our relatives, all our friends, over one single argument, all our relatives, all our friends. And the only reason that this happened was because the wife was actually owing the husband.
Why the husband?
There's a lot of loopholes in that relationship.
Let me explain. This kind of relationship, this kind of marriage.
Now Pablo and Pablo, sorry.
This marriage, I see the marriage as friendship, because sometimes I used to go and visit them and I just watch their lifestyle. I see the marriage as friendship. They also like I see the marriage because so marriage is not so marriage that lasts around 35, 40, 60 years are not built on love.
Love will fade.
Built on respect.
Yes, it will.
Built on respect.
You think so?
Built on respect.
You say so.
Love will not fade.
No. It depends.
Respect will prevail.
But
love will not fail, but respect will prevail.
Love
will not fail, but respect will prevail.
Fades.
I know love would not fail, but respect will prevail.
Because
respect
will prevail. Will prevail.
So this time is going. Sorry, this vows. Okay, let me keep quiet, because if I keep talking, this will keep going on and on and on. Because I am so fucking my words. I am so very, very much experienced that I can speak on this issue a whole day and I won't get tired.
First of all, when we first sat for the program, I first thought that I did bring your school program. I don't say I bring Agbaya. See, the truth of it is, balancing is actually not easy, and one of the things that has made it final thought now, one of the things that has made it difficult is because parents who have done this thing, conquered this thing, do not actually sit their children down to educate them. Now what happens is you give birth to a child, you moralize the child becomes a teenager, and at the stage of teenage he loses all morals. It is now what he believes he starts to manifest. So now he believes that I'm a good person, I should do this because this is good. He would do that. That doesn't mean along the line he will not deviate a little, because he will see life in a different perspective. He will start changing how he's thinking. She will start thinking how he's doing this.
And now everybody has a mind of
exactly. As a teenager, your teenage child gets to an age where you start telling the child to abstain from sexual activity. Now in the African home, I don't think I've ever heard the word sex from the mouth of my parents. I've never. You see those things.
They act like different life.
Exactly. They tell you that you don't let a woman touch you this way.
Yes.
Don't let a man touch you. And they are not defining the touch. They are just telling you that if you guys hug, prepare, they are dropping out from school. It's like that. It's that simple. They don't give you the depth of the information. And truthfully, what we need is, at a certain age, you start educating them, because if you do not educate them, somebody will do it for you.
That's why these white people at age 18 they allow their children to start living alone, because if you're matured enough to start making decisions by yourself, you're matured enough to start living alone.
Or you're not matured enough until you're 25 in Africa, by the way. Depends on the mentality of your parents.
Yes, and it's gradually changing.
It's drastically. But truthfully, if parents would sit their children down and be like, okay, this is what you should actually look out for in a lady, this is what you should look out for in a guy, these are the kind of tests you can put him through to see his durability, to see his prowess, to see his wit. Now you don't know anything, you walk into a relationship dumb and stupid, you chop breakfast 1, you chop breakfast 2, you chop breakfast 3. You will keep on learning, and you are losing yourself in the way. You are getting hot.
As
you are getting hot.
Personally, I can say it boldly. Like most girls nowadays are just dumb. The only thing they're after is just money.
Actually, it's not just girls now. It's on both sides.
Men want money, but they're actually making the money. Female want to just sit down and spend money that they are not making. And sometimes when I see some women acting or behaving like that, it pains me so much that because there are some kind of there are successful women in my own house where I came from.
Most men do these things to build a family. That's why you see some of them rushing.
See, I'm
sorry. Let me explain something to you. A relationship you build on love foundation will forever last. A relationship you build on money.
Men want to make this money fast
to build a family. But for girls, you rush
to buy wig.
I don't want to bring any out
to not all men build to get married. Everybody is in a rush. Some people are just like whatever life brings.
Rush like that is to get settled on time. Yes, now
to get settled. There's a certain amount of money. There's a certain amount of money I will have now, and I will marry wife sharp, because I know of the stupidity that comes with having a certain amount of money.
Get 1 million for us.
Let's take this home. This has been a wonderful and insightful and a motivational.
Before we take this home, I have something to say.
I swear we ain't taking this.
So before we go anywhere, I have something to explain. You said there's a certain amount you're going to have. The first thing you do is to get married.
Yes.
Why?
Because if I have this money, women will come.
Yes.
Things I want to spend on will be there. But if I have a wife, I have a responsibility.
Let me tell you.
I'll have
if I'm a man personally, if I have money, like a very, very huge sum of money, the first thing I'm going to use my money to buy is padlock to lock this my mouth to make sure that I don't bother.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Even if you shut up, there is a living standard, a specific amount to put in your body. You don't have to tell somebody, but just with your countenance. Ladies are insightful. They have the best 4 eyes in the world. They have 4 eyes now. Now we know the Siam.
They have the
best 4 eyes. You will know. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you, let me explain something. As a lady, we are manipulative.
Jesus.
Thank God you admitted.
Okay, now. When you if like dressing rags, if you approach a lady and she abuse you and you do not say, okay, look at what I'm wearing, I don't have good clothes, that means I don't have money, and you say, okay, I'll look for the money, let me bring the money, then you go a week later, you come back and bring the money, the next time she'll bring a bigger billing because you know that you go and look for the money. So there is no 4 eyes anywhere. It is with the way you start the relationship. That is when you are. The way they will keep.
In that state, the guy is very stupid. No. In that state, that impression. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
The guy is very stupid. Because
that is why you say when you get married, when you have some certain amount of money, the next thing to do is no marriage. The first thing to do is sit down, think about it. What investment is going to keep you going till your 4th generation will never lack?
As I am like this, what guys do on a daily basis is sit down and imagine what we will do with a certain amount of money. As I am like this, if I get this money, I know where I'm going to put this money and I'm going to get returns. I know what I'm going to do with it. And I'm going to no. Okay, me personally. If I have 5 million naira right now, by the end of another 3-4 months, I'll be able to build 10 million naira.
Yes, you should be able to do that.
Oh, when I said a certain amount of money, You know,
5 million is
5 million is kind of
I'm just
kind of
using
change.
I'm just saying
It's kind of change.
I'm
The
just
kind of money also I'm looking for. There's a steady money that
let me clear everything that you guys are saying. Whatever it is that we're saying here now, nobody knows what you're saying. Everything we're saying here now are just based on assumptions.
This has been a wonderful.
Yo, man.
It has, and I still have a lot to say, but maybe next time.
We will have you back next time. Maybe we'll have part 2 of this relationship and work. But for now, thank you for being with us on this episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow. We hope to catch you next time. Bye for now.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.